Imagine waking up tomorrow, and everything you ever wanted, success, wealth, happiness, peace, was already yours. Not because you won the lottery, not because someone handed it to you, but because you became the kind of person who attracts it. Let me ask you something. What if the only thing standing between you and your dream life is your own mind? Today, we're going deep into the real secret behind success. The one they don't teach in schools, but the greats have always known. This is not magic. This is not hype. This is the law of cause and effect, of action and belief. This is the law of attraction, the way Napoleon Hill truly meant it. Let's break it down into 6 powerful parts that will change your mindset and help you attract what you truly want. 1. Clarity. Define what you want. Success doesn't come to the wishful thinker. It comes to the person who knows exactly what they want. Napoleon Hill said, "There is one quality which one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose." You cannot attract what you have not defined. So stop saying, "I want to be rich." That's a wish. Start saying, "I want to earn $100,000 this year. I want to run a business that lets me travel the world. I want to wake up every day with purpose." Be specific. Write it down. Why? Because a written goal is a contract with your subconscious. It tells your brain, this is the destination. And once the mind knows the destination, it starts looking for the path. And no more wandering through life hoping things will work out. You need a blueprint, a vision, a target, and once you define it clearly, something powerful happens. Your brain gets to work. It starts spotting opportunities. You begin making decisions that move you forward. You stop drifting, and you start driving. 2. Decide with purpose. Clarity is the first step. But knowing isn't enough. You have to decide. Hill wrote, "Successful people make decisions quickly and firmly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them often." Decide right now that this is your year. This is your turning point. Decide that failure is not your destiny. That giving up is no longer an option. That you're done hoping, and you're ready to claim what's yours. This decision isn't loud. It's quiet. It's personal. But it changes everything. You're not waiting for motivation. You're not waiting for perfect timing. You're not waiting for someone to believe in you. You've decided. And when you decide, your actions follow. Your energy changes. And the universe listens. 3. Believe you deserve it. You don't get what you want. You get what you believe. If you want success but believe you're unworthy, your mind will block every opportunity. You'll self-sabotage. You'll doubt. You'll shrink when it's time to grow. That's why Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But belief takes work. You must train it. Start replacing the old beliefs. "I'm not good enough" becomes, "I'm improving every day." "Success is for other people" becomes, "Success is inevitable for me." "I'll probably fail" becomes, "I will learn, grow, and win." Your subconscious mind listens to everything you say, especially what you say to yourself. Speak life into your goals. Speak power into your dreams. You must become your own biggest believer. When your belief changes, your results change. Not because the world suddenly became easier, but because you became stronger. 4. Align your thoughts with your goals. You can't attract success with thoughts of fear and lack. The thoughts you think are seeds. If you plant doubt, you grow hesitation. If you plant belief, you grow momentum. What do you dwell on every day? Worries? Problems? That's what you'll attract. Napoleon Hill knew that your mind is like a magnet. Whatever dominates your thoughts begins to show up in your life. So fill your thoughts with what you want, not what you fear. Repeat affirmations that empower you. I attract success. I am becoming who I need to be. I am worthy of abundance. Say them daily. Not to fake confidence, but to train your brain to expect greatness. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you expect. 5. Visualize the outcome every day. Here's something high achievers do that most people ignore. They see success before it happens. They close their eyes and visualize the future they want, in vivid detail. Why? Because the subconscious can't tell the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. Napoleon Hill called this the power of autosuggestion. It's not daydreaming. It's mental training. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, visualize signing contracts, smiling clients, money flowing into your account. Feel it. Hear it. Believe it. Make it real in your mind. This process wires your brain to see success as normal. So when the opportunity comes, you don't hesitate, you're ready. See it every morning. Act as if it's already happening. Because when your mind accepts it, your actions follow. And when your actions follow, results come. 6. Take aligned action. Every single day. Now here's the secret many miss. The law of attraction is not just about thinking. It's about doing. Thoughts without action are just noise. Vision without effort is just fantasy. Napoleon Hill said it clearly. Faith without works is dead. So once your vision is clear, your belief is strong, your thoughts are aligned, move. Act. Build. Push. Take one step today. Then another tomorrow. Small steps, every day, build unstoppable momentum. Don't wait for motivation. Motivation follows movement. Start moving, and the path will appear. Closing, final 2 minutes. So here's the truth, plain and simple. You are not here to live a small life. You were not born to wish, wait, and wonder. You were built to imagine, believe, decide, and achieve. Success is not luck. It's not fate. It's law. And the law is simple. Clarity plus decision plus belief plus thought plus vision plus action equals results. What you seek is seeking you. But it will only find you when you're ready. And now you are. Part 2. Think it. Feel it. Do it. Visualization, gratitude, and inspired action. Napoleon Hill style. Hook. Opening minute. There's a version of you, stronger, wealthier, more confident, already living in your mind. You've imagined it. You've felt it. But here's the question. Have you become it? Success doesn't just come to those who wish. It comes to those who align their thoughts, emotions, and actions with their vision. Napoleon Hill said it best. You become what you think about. But he didn't stop there. He knew it wasn't just about thinking. It was about believing, seeing, feeling, acting. So today, in part 2, we break down the real mechanics of turning your thoughts into results. This is not fluff. It's not fantasy. This is how your mind can reshape your world, step by step. Let's go deeper into the tools that turn dreams into destiny. 1. Visualize until it becomes your truth. The stronger the image in your mind, the deeper it goes into your subconscious. Why does this work? Because the brain doesn't distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. When you see your success clearly, again and again, your brain begins to accept it as fact. You start noticing doors that were always there, but previously invisible. You develop confidence. You take smarter, bolder actions. This is how world-class athletes train. They don't just work their bodies, they train their minds. They mentally rehearse scoring, dominating, winning. So when the moment arrives, they don't freeze. They flow. Because their mind has already lived it. That's what you must do. See the life you want in full color. Feel the emotions. Hear the sounds. Smell the air. Own it in your imagination. But, and this is where most people get it wrong, visualization alone is not enough. You can't sit on the couch and just imagine success. You have to move toward it. Use visualization as fuel, as a mental rehearsal. And then ask, what step can I take today to bring this to life? Start small if you must, but start. Every action you take strengthens the image in your mind. It tells your brain, this is who I am now. And over time, what once was a mental picture becomes your everyday life. So from now on, don't use visualization as a fantasy. Use it as a tool, a blueprint, a daily mental workout. Train your mind to see success so clearly that the world has no choice but to catch up. Because once your mind believes it, your reality will reflect it. 2. Elevate your energy through gratitude. Let's talk about something most people overlook. Your energy is your broadcast signal. And the law of attraction responds not to what you want, but to what you are. If you're always frustrated, complaining, stuck in lack, you send out a signal that says, more problems, please. But when you live in gratitude, when you train yourself to notice what's good, what's working, what's already abundant, you send out a frequency that attracts even more to be grateful for. Gratitude is not spiritual fluff. It's not just a nice idea, it's brain science. Studies show gratitude rewires your brain to be more optimistic, more present, and more resilient. People who practice daily gratitude have better health, stronger relationships, and more success. Why? Because their mind is trained to look for opportunities instead of obstacles. They don't ignore their problems. They just don't give them all the attention. Napoleon Hill said, a positive mind finds a way it can be done. A negative mind looks for all the ways it can't. So here's your practice. Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Not just big wins, real things. A lesson you learned from a mistake. A meal on your table. A kind word from a stranger. Even on your worst days, find something. Because the more you appreciate, the more you attract. Gratitude shifts your identity. It makes you the kind of person who expects success, and therefore receives it. Start today. Write it. Speak it. Feel it. And watch your entire world begin to transform. 3. Manifestation requires action. Always here's where we separate truth from myth. Manifestation is not magic. It's not sitting in a corner, meditating your way to millions. Manifestation is a partnership between your mind and your movement. Your thoughts and emotions create the blueprint, but your actions build the structure. You want a successful business? Great! Have you researched your market? Made the call? Taken the first step? Even the smallest move creates momentum. And the universe rewards momentum. Napoleon Hill wrote. Faith is only real when backed by action. So think of manifestation this way. Your job is to define your goal, believe in it, and take action. The universe's job is to align the right people, resources, and events to support you. But the universe won't move until you do. Too many people visualize, but never act. They say they want it, but they sit still. They're waiting for the perfect moment. But perfect never comes. Winners move. Even when they're scared. Even when the plan isn't complete. Even when it's hard. Because every action you take sends a message. I'm serious. I'm ready. And when you show you're ready, things start to shift. Doors open. People show up. Resources appear. Not because you wished for it, but because you acted like it was already yours. So right now, ask yourself, what's one small step I can take today toward my vision? Make the call. Write the plan. Take the class. Post the video. Show up. Don't wait for clarity. Action creates clarity. Don't wait for confidence. Action builds confidence. This is how dreams become real. Think. Believe. Move. Repeat. Closing. Final reflection. Let's bring it home. Visualization wires your brain for success. Gratitude raises your energy to match success. Action pulls success into your life. You don't just think your way into abundance. You live your way into it, thought by thought, step by step, day by day. So stop asking, when will it happen? And start declaring, it's happening, because I'm making it happen. This is the Napoleon Hill way. Not just a mindset, but a method. A strategy. A commitment. You are no longer just a dreamer. You're a builder. A mover. A magnet for your future. And the best part? You're just getting started. You'll never master the world until you master yourself. That's not a cliché. That's a warning. Because no matter how big your dreams are, your doubt can destroy them faster than failure ever could. Here's what Napoleon Hill discovered after interviewing the most successful people of his time. The greatest battles are not fought in boardrooms or markets. They're fought in the mind. Self-doubt, fear, insecurity, emotional chaos. These are the real enemies. And today, we're going to learn how to defeat them. This is the missing piece for most people. They have the dream, they have the plan, but their emotions keep pulling them backward. Their fear keeps talking louder than their faith. That ends now. 1. Silence the voice of doubt. You've felt it before. That voice in your head that whispers, "What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What will people say?" It shows up right when you're about to take the leap. It's loudest when you're closest to your breakthrough. Napoleon Hill called this voice the enemy within. He said, "The person who wins is the one who thinks they can." Doubt is not truth. It's fear dressed up like logic. It's the subconscious trying to protect you by keeping you small. But here's the truth: you are not your doubt. You are not your fear. You are the one observing it. And once you realize that, you take back your power. Every time doubt shows up, don't argue with it. Replace it. Say, "I've got this." Success is on the other side of this fear. I trust myself. It's not about being fearless. It's about taking action even with fear sitting in the passenger seat, and refusing to let it drive. 2. Control your emotional state. Most people are ruled by emotion. They react to every mood, every comment, every setback. But successful people? They master their state. They understand that emotions are powerful, but not always reliable. Napoleon Hill said, "You either control your mind or it controls you. There is no halfway." So how do you take control? Start with awareness. When something triggers you, pause. Don't react, observe. Ask, "What emotion am I feeling right now? Where is it coming from? Is this helping or hurting me?" Then choose your response. Because here's the truth: your emotions are signals, not commands. You don't have to obey every negative feeling. You can feel fear and still act. You can feel anger and still choose peace. You can feel unmotivated and still show up. That's what separates professionals from amateurs. Not how they feel, but what they do despite how they feel. Build rituals that stabilize your emotional state: morning journaling, deep breathing, cold showers, positive affirmations, focused exercise. Control your mornings, and you'll control your momentum. 3. Let go of what you can't control. Here's a harsh truth: most people spend their energy trying to control things they never will. Other people's opinions, the past, the future, the economy, the outcome, and the result? Constant anxiety, constant frustration. Napoleon Hill taught the power of focused energy. He said, "You must learn to focus your energy only on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your response. Let go of trying to manage everything. Instead, manage yourself. That's the only real control you have. And it's the only one you need. You can't control whether people support your dream, but you can control how loudly you believe in it. You can't control the market, but you can control how much you learn, how well you adapt, and how bold you move. You can't control the future, but you can prepare for it by mastering today. Letting go is not weakness, it's wisdom. 4. Embrace stillness to find power in a noisy world. Silence is a superpower. Most people are constantly distracted, scrolling, reacting, comparing. They never stop to think, to listen, to reconnect with their inner voice. But the most powerful leaders in history all had one thing in common: they made time for stillness. Hill called it autosuggestion. It's the practice of planting powerful thoughts into your subconscious. And that only works when you're present, still, focused. You need quiet time every day. Not just to relax, but to reset your mind. No phone, no noise. Just stillness. Use that time to visualize your goals, to review your day, to ask deep questions like, who am I becoming? What am I tolerating that I should let go of? What am I avoiding that I should face? Success doesn't just come from hustle. It comes from inner alignment. And alignment is found in the stillness. 5. Make your mind work for you, not against you. Most people let their mind run wild, playing old stories, worst-case scenarios, and imagined failures on a loop. But successful people train their minds like athletes train their bodies. They feed it strong thoughts. They correct it when it drifts into fear. They stretch it with learning and repetition. Napoleon Hill said, "The mind is like a garden. You must weed it and feed it, or it will grow wild with poison." So start feeding your mind daily. Read something that sharpens your thinking. Listen to something that lifts your spirit. Speak to yourself in ways that build belief. Most importantly, become aware of your thoughts. Every hour, ask yourself, what am I thinking about right now? Is this helping me become who I want to be? If the answer is no, change the thought. You are not a victim of your mind. You are the captain of it. Closing. Final reflection. Here's the truth. You can have all the goals. You can have all the knowledge. You can have the best plan in the world. But if your mind isn't aligned, if you're ruled by doubt, emotion, fear, you will sabotage your own success. That ends today. From now on, you silence the doubt. You control your emotional state. You let go of what doesn't serve you. You create stillness. You train your mind daily. Because when you master yourself, you become unstoppable. Napoleon Hill taught us that the greatest power in the world is the power to direct your own mind. That's what this is about. That's how you go from dreamer to doer to legend. And now, it's your move. Success is not given. It is earned by those who refuse to quit. And here's the truth nobody tells you. The path to your dream will test you. It will challenge you. It will break the weak and reward the relentless. Napoleon Hill interviewed hundreds of millionaires and discovered this one trait above all else. Success is reserved for those who never give up. Not the smartest. Not the luckiest. Not the most talented. But the most persistent. So if you've ever failed, if you've ever felt like giving up, if you've ever wondered, is this really worth it? This part is for you. 1. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Let's rewrite a dangerous belief. Failure is not the end. It's not the sign that you're not meant for this. Failure is proof that you're in the game. Napoleon Hill said, "Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." So why do most people give up? Because they believe the failure means something negative about them. They think, I'm not good enough. Maybe this wasn't meant to be. It's just too hard. But here's the truth. Every person who ever achieved something great failed more times than you've even tried. Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Oprah was fired from her first TV job. They didn't quit. They adapted. They grew. They use failure as fuel. So the next time you fall, don't shrink. Stand up. Ask, what did this teach me? What can I do better next time? How is this shaping me into the person who deserves success? Because it is. 2. Build relentless persistence. You've probably heard the word grit. But what is grit? It's not hype. It's not motivation. It's the discipline to keep going when nothing's working. Yet, Hill said, persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel. Persistence transforms your desire into a force nothing can stop. Think of water dripping on rock. One drop? No effect. But consistent drops over time? They shape mountains. That's you. You don't need to move fast, you need to move forward. Daily. Write when no one's reading, train when no one's watching, build when there's no applause, because every step compounds, and the ones who don't quit eventually win, not because they're lucky, but because they earned it through persistence. 3. Ignite a burning desire that won't let you quit. Here's the core of it all. Do you want it? Or do you need it? Napoleon Hill called it a burning desire. A want so strong, it becomes a mission. A fire that refuses to die, even when life throws water on it. He wrote. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Weak desire produces weak results. Casual goals produce casual effort. But when you want something with your entire soul, you become unstoppable. So ask yourself, why do I want this? What will my life look like if I don't pursue this? What am I willing to sacrifice to make this real? Get clear. Get emotional. Get hungry. Because when your desire is deep enough, excuses disappear. You don't need motivation. You're driven by something greater, purpose. 4. Have faith in what you can't yet see. There will be days when nothing makes sense. Days when the world seems silent. Days when your progress feels invisible. This is where faith must take over. Not religious faith. Faith in yourself, in your dream, and in the unseen forces working in your favor. Napoleon Hill said, faith is the head chemist of the mind. It transforms ordinary thoughts into powerful ones. Faith is believing it's possible. Before there's proof. It's showing up, not because you see results, but because you believe they're coming. This is how every great thing is built. First in the mind, then in the world. You don't wait to believe until you succeed. You succeed because you already believe. So when doubt creeps in, fight it with faith. Speak it out loud. I am on the right path. Everything is working for my good. My success is inevitable. 5. Turn obstacles into purpose. Your struggle is your story, and your story is your strength. Every challenge you're facing right now is shaping you for something greater. That heartbreak? Making you wiser. That setback? Building your patience. That failure? Refining your skills. Nothing is wasted. He'll believe that adversity reveals purpose. He wrote, out of every defeat comes a seed of opportunity. So don't run from your hard times. Lean in. Learn. Grow. Let them forge you. You don't rise in spite of your pain. You rise because of it. Your mission is not to avoid struggle. Your mission is to turn struggle into fuel. Closing. Final reflection. Let's bring it all together. Failure is feedback. Persistence is your edge. Desire is your fire. Faith is your foundation. Struggle is your sculptor. This is not about hype. It's about becoming the kind of person who succeeds, not by accident, but by decision. So the next time you feel like quitting, don't. Instead, remind yourself, I've come too far. I've grown too much. And I'm just getting started. This is the fire Napoleon Hill talked about. The inner drive that refuses to die. The voice that says, I will win, not because it's easy, but because I won't stop. Your desire is the signal, your persistence is the engine, and your future is waiting. Part 5. Live it before you see it. Belief in purpose, identity, habit, and alignment. Napoleon Hill style. Hook. Opening minute. Success is not something you chase. It's something you become. The people who win in life, really win, aren't waiting for proof. They're already acting, thinking, and living as if their dreams are real. And that's the secret most people never learn. Your results will never rise above your identity. Napoleon Hill said it best. You can't cheat the law of cause and effect. You must become the person who deserves the success you seek. So in this part, we're going to talk about how to build that person, step by step, through belief, through habits, through your daily decisions. Because once you shift your identity, success becomes automatic. 1. Believe in your higher purpose. The most powerful force on earth is not money, not status. It's a person with a purpose. Purpose gives you fire, direction, energy. Napoleon Hill said, definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. That means knowing exactly why you're doing what you're doing. Not a vague dream. Not a borrowed goal. Your mission. Your calling. If your why is weak, you'll give up. But if your why is powerful, you'll walk through fire for it. Ask yourself, why do I want this dream? Who benefits when I succeed? What's the cost of staying where I am? This is not about surface level motivation. It's about emotional firepower. Because purpose turns effort into devotion. It's not, I have to. It's, I'm meant to. 2. Shift from outcome based goals to identity based living. Most people say things like, I want to make $1 million. I want to get fit. I want to be successful. That's outcome thinking. And it's fragile. It depends on external results. But Hill taught us something deeper. You must become the success before you see the success. That means you focus on identity. Who are you becoming? Not, I want to be wealthy. But, I am a builder of wealth. Not, I want to be confident. But, I am someone who speaks with certainty. Not, I want to be productive. But, I am a person who honors my time. When your identity shifts, your habits follow. And when your habits shift, your life transforms. So today, rewrite your story. Stop waiting to see it. Start being it. 3. Design habits that match your vision. Success is not one big decision. It's a series of small, consistent choices that build momentum over time. Napoleon Hill called this principle organized planning. He believed your daily routine reveals your true belief in your goal. If you say you want it, but your habits don't reflect it, your subconscious notices the gap. And the universe responds accordingly. So ask yourself, what would the future version of me do every morning? What would they avoid? How would they eat, move, think, and speak? Now do those things today. Don't wait to feel ready. Build the habit, and readiness will come. Remember, 1 hour of focused work beats 10 hours of scattered effort. 1 Powerful morning sets the tone for your entire day. 1 Consistent habit rewires your brain and your destiny. Start with 1. Master it, then stack more. Over time, your life becomes the result of the person you decided to be. 4. Protect your environment like your life depends on it. Because it does. You cannot grow in a toxic space. You cannot build a powerful mindset surrounded by negativity, chaos, or distraction. Hill emphasized the power of the mastermind. He believed that your environment, especially the people you surround yourself with, shapes your thinking, and therefore, your future. So take inventory. Who are you around daily? What kind of energy are you absorbing? What beliefs are being reinforced? If you're surrounded by doubt, gossip, laziness, your dream is at risk. You must protect your environment like a sacred garden. Weed out the voices of fear. Plant relationships that uplift. Water your mind with truth, not noise. This includes what you watch, what you listen to, what you feed your mind before bed, who you talk to when you're unsure. Build an environment that matches your next level, not your current one. Because if you want to grow, you need space, light, and nutrients, the same way a plant does. 5. Align every day with your vision. Here's the final key. Success is not something you do once. It's something you live daily. You must align your actions with your vision, every single day. Hill wrote, your subconscious mind works continuously while you are awake and while you sleep. You must feed it only what you want it to create. So don't let your days be random. Start each morning with this mindset. What would my future self do today? What can I do that aligns with my mission? What one win can I create before the day ends? Then move. Intentionally, even if it's small. Even if it's hard. Alignment over perfection. Because when your daily life matches your future vision, you no longer hope for success, you expect it. And the universe? It matches your energy. Closing. Final reflection. Let's recap. Purpose gives you power. Identity leads your behavior. Habits create your future. Environment shapes your mindset. Daily alignment attracts destiny. Stop asking, what do I need to do to succeed? Start asking, who do I need to become? Because the truth is, success is not something you chase. It's something you embody. When your identity, your habits, and your actions align with your vision, success becomes your new normal. You won't have to force it. You'll live it, and now that you know how, it's time to rise into it. Part 6. Act as if, the decision that changes everything. Vision, momentum, faith, and living from your future self. Inspired by Napoleon Hill. Hook, opening minute. Right now, at this moment, you're standing at a crossroads. Not just in your life, but in your identity. 2 roads stretch out in front of you. One is familiar, comfortable, predictable. It's the path you've always walked. The one where you keep waiting for permission, for proof, for everything to be perfect. The other road? That's the one your future self is calling you toward. It's uncomfortable. It's uncertain, but it's the only road that leads to the life you keep imagining. Napoleon Hill said. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But he left us with something even more powerful. Belief is not just a feeling. It's a decision, and now, it's your turn to decide. 1. See the future, then step into it. Everything begins with vision. Not the kind you see with your eyes, but with your spirit. You must be able to see a reality that hasn't happened yet, and act as if it's already yours. Hill taught this exact principle. He said, "The imagination is literally the workshop wherein are fashioned all plans created by man." In other words, if you can't see it in your mind, you'll never hold it in your hand. So close your eyes. Picture your success in crystal detail. Where are you living? How are you speaking? What kind of impact are you having? What does it feel like to finally arrive? Now ask yourself, what would that version of me do today? Then do it. Because when your present begins to reflect your future, the two start to merge. 2. Decide that your dream is already yours. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you decide to own. Most people spend their lives trying to earn their dream, waiting for signs, for success, for permission. But the truth is, success only comes after you act like it's already yours. Napoleon Hill said, "Success requires no apologies. Failure permits no alibis." You must stop negotiating with your dream. Stop saying, "I hope it happens. I'm trying my best. One day I'll get there." No more of that. From this day forward, speak with certainty. Walk with certainty. Build with certainty. Say, "This is who I am. This is what I do. This is the life I've claimed." Because the second you stop asking if, and start saying when, the universe moves. 3. Use momentum as your secret weapon. Here's something Napoleon Hill knew deeply. Once you're in motion, life gets easier. Effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about doing something consistently. Most people wait for clarity, for inspiration, for signs. But the winners? They start. They build. And they build momentum. One call turns into 2. 1 workout becomes a lifestyle. 1 idea becomes a business. 1 new habit becomes a new identity. The more you move, the more belief you create. The more belief you create, the more unstoppable you become. So if you're stuck right now, don't wait for the perfect plan. Just move. Even an inch in the right direction changes your life. 4. Faith plus action equals unstoppable force. You've probably heard. Have faith. But Hill taught something deeper. Faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. Faith is not sitting still and hoping. Faith is movement, backed by belief. Faith says, "I don't see it yet, but I believe in it enough to act like it's done. I don't have all the pieces, but I trust the picture will form. I don't know exactly how, but I'm already on my way." And when you combine that faith with relentless action, you become a force that cannot be ignored. The world responds to those who move with faith. Doors open. Connections form. Timing aligns. But none of it happens if you don't move first. 5. Stop living from the past. Live from the future. Most people live their entire lives repeating yesterday. Same doubts. Same habits. Same patterns. Same fears. But if you want a new life, you need to stop living from your history and start living from your destiny. This means waking up each day not as the version of you that failed, or doubted, or settled, but as the version of you who already won. The successful you, the focused you, the fulfilled, unstoppable, purpose-driven version of you. Live from that person now, and your reality will catch up fast. Napoleon Hill believed this deeply. Success comes to those who become success conscious. Not after the goal is achieved, before. Final close, the last word. Let's put it all together. Your dream isn't far away. It's one decision away. Decide to see it before anyone else can. Decide to move before you feel ready. Decide to live like the version of you who already made it, and do it now. Because the world doesn't respond to potential. It responds to energy. Certainty. Action. Alignment. You've learned how to build belief. You've learned how to control your emotions. You've learned how to persist, how to visualize, how to act with power and purpose. Now the only thing left is to step into it. Stop hoping. Stop waiting. Start being. Your dream is not a fantasy. It's your responsibility. It's your future. But only if you decide to live it now. So ask yourself, right now, what would my future self do today? Now go do it. This is your moment. This is your mission. This is your life. Make it legendary.